So welcome everyone. Let's try to evaluate this writing. So the question is the same question. Actually, some children spend hours every day on their smartphones. Why is this the case? Do you think this is a positive or negative development? So the applicant here starts with writing like a title for the essay. No, guys, don't write titles. Nowadays, okay, nowadays is like a very common expression or introductory phrase. Let's try something else. In recent times, this is a bit better. So smartphones, I think, can write it as one word. Yeah, become. Yeah, you can say that. Maybe have become is a little bit better. An essential part of our lives: work, study, dualist, visual and audio communication. So we spend more time when use it. Um, well, do you know something? I like just to hit to the topic, okay? And I don't like talking like general about we, our, something like that. Anyway, but some children spend hours every day and they're smart, okay, on their smartphones, okay? So here the end of the paraphrasing statements, but the idea here, but some children spend hours every day on their smartphones. It's actually literally, it's copied from the question. Don't do that, guys. Don't copy sentences from the question. You need to do some kind of paraphrasing. So this is unacceptable. Some children should, it's the same sentence of the question. No. You need to do some kind of paraphrasing. So if you allow me, I'm gonna like change it a little bit. So here, in recent times, many young people, or maybe it is recent times, it is noticeable that many young people, okay, use, for example, their smartphones for long hours on a daily basis. So the thing that I did here is to paraphrase the topic of the question. Okay, and this essay, okay, so this one is going to be capital letter. And this essay here, I should have a comma. I intend to discuss the arguments for and the arguments against. Why do you want to discuss the arguments for and against? Does the question say, okay, discuss both views? Is there any kind of arguments in the question? There's no arguments here. There are no. Why this is the case? Why is this the case? Here in this essay, you should write about the reasons or the reason, and you should give me your opinion. Do you think this is positive or negative? This is what you are supposed to do, not to like make an argument from nothing. You are just creating an argument. There's no argument in the question. I'm sorry, you are off task. And this is gonna severely, I'm sorry, gonna severely reduce your task response score. So no, in this essay, you should discuss the reasons and you should say, give your opinion. Is this positive or negative? This is what you are supposed to do. Okay, so the arguments for. I'm sorry, no. The question is not asking about the arguments for. No. The question is asking about the reasons. Anyway, let's look at this body paragraph. The arguments for using smartphones every day are no need for semicolon, are. Okay, so you're gonna write to are they can. No, not like this. We don't write it like this. Okay, so the arguments for using, you should, if the question asks you to write arguments and you need to write two arguments, don't write it like this. Start writing, okay, there are like two arguments, okay, for using smartphones every day. Okay, put like full stop and say the first one is that. Okay, you should like write a topic sentence, is that. Okay, they, yeah, I mean, yeah, children, I guess, okay, can pick up, yeah, this is informal, pick up new vocabulary from different environments, especially if the child or if the child is lonely. He has, okay, so, or if he has friends, okay, you can't say friends, for different, from, of course, from, I don't know, I couldn't understand what you mean by child, or maybe, or he, of course, he or she, because a child could be a male or a female, so, or he or she, or maybe you can say they, it's fine, that's fine, you can say they. Okay, has friends from different countries. Okay, so the new sentence, don't start the sentence with also. The also can, okay, use educational. So this is the second argument. I think this is the second argument. Okay, so the seconds are an additional argument to add is that they, so no capital letter, they also can use educational games to develop their, okay, yeah, I don't like to use like a singular noun because you're gonna face this problem to use he or she, his or her, so try to use plurals. Yeah, it's much easier. You can just say they or their, and that's it. And if you refer to a singular, you can use their, no problem. If the singular is can be he or she, their mental skills. So here you are like explaining how. Okay, so say that, okay, you need to use like a linking word between this sentence and the sentence before it. So to illustrate, you are illustrating how, okay, how it's going to develop their mental skills. So to illustrate, smartphones can help children to solve assignments in their school websites. Don't leave a space between the word and the punctuation mark. Okay, so another new sentence here. Using smartphones like social media can help. Okay, in other words, you need to use linking words. In other words, so using smartphones such as, don't use like is a bit informal. Social media, using smartphones such as, social media are not smartphones. So using smartphones, well, features maybe, applications such as, say, Facebook, applications. Is smartphones social media applications? You can say something like that, such as Facebook and Instagram can help children to know another languages, yeah, to know other languages, because this is a plural. They can express child preference and hobby. And Okay, they can help the child to express his, help children to express their preferences and hobbies. Okay, you are not asked to write about the arguments against. You are supposed here to answer the second question, the second paragraph. The second question is that, is this a positive or negative? So you are supposed to write, well, in my opinion, I believe this is a negative or maybe a positive trend, and the reasons for that is 1 and 2, something like that. There are also, you can say, there are also, okay, some arguments against smartphones, okay, against using smartphones against, for children feel isolated. Okay, against using smartphones for long hours or prolonged hours. Smartphones, okay, no need for capital letter. Okay, the primary one, so here, if you are asked to write about, yeah, the arguments against, but you are not supposed to do that. Anyway, the primary one is that, okay, children feel, okay, it is expected for children to feel isolated, for a while. Okay, so if you write like an argument, you need to like discuss it a little bit more. Don't just write the arguments and just move to another arguments without like making a kind of illustration, elaboration, explanation, giving reasons, giving examples, results, anything to make your argument plausible, more convincing. Okay, don't start with also. Children also want, if it is possible. Okay, but the question here is not about against. Wants many games, so want to play many games. So smartphones reduce the status of contentment. Okay, so smartphones may be oriented, okay, for example, in fact, you can say, you need to use like linking words. Smartphones may be orientation children towards, or okay, orientation, this is not a verb. Smartphones maybe, or sometimes, orients, I guess, children towards different beliefs from their own, and they decrease child's concentration. Okay, don't leave space between the punctuation mark and the word smartphones. Okay, so another argument. Okay, for example, you can say additionally. So don't write a lot of arguments, just 1 or 2 arguments with full explanation would be much better. Smartphones maybe affect the child's eyes. Okay, yeah, thank you. Because of using, due to using, because of, due to, because of using it for a long time. Okay, so I see there's no like connection between the sentences. Nowadays, social media can negatively affect children when they imitate popular, dangerous challenges that, okay, for example, to clarify, okay, nowadays social, okay, media can negatively affect children when they imitate popular dangerous challenges that could expose them to psychological or physical harm. Thank you. In my opinion, okay, where's the conclusion? No conclusion. I'm sorry. I can't see a conclusion. This is a problem. In my opinion, I think the responsibility rests with their family to make a balance between using smartphones and their own life to invest their energy and creativity. So, okay. So again, you haven't answered. Is this a positive or negative? Okay, so here I want you to write, is this a positive or negative? Okay. In addition, their parents can control the system of smartphones and monitor the application which children can use, in a safe mode. I hope in the future, you are not asked to talk about the future, I'm sorry. We will have been more, we will have become more, okay? Methods, we will have more methods to deal with children systematically in their lifestyle from maybe all the world to invest spare time, especially during the summer holidays. Okay, no need for semicolon, to increase their comprehension, perception, and learning skills. Where's the conclusion? Sorry, no conclusion. So the task response is gonna get 5. I'm sorry, you haven't answered any question. Maybe be less than 5. I'm sorry. Coherence and cohesion, you haven't used like linking words, very real, no conclusion. Okay, the arguments, I don't know why are you writing about arguments. You're not going to get more than like also 5 here. The lexical source, maybe 5 to 6. There are some mistakes, so it could be something 5 to 6, no more than that. And the grammatical agent accuracy is going to be something also between 5 and 6. So something going to be like the writing score is going to be like 5 to 5.5 in this case. Maybe 5. That's it. Okay. Thank you so much.